soccer player Kaka's ex-wife, that's a weird name, but says she divorced him because he was the perfect husband. Next, Nick. And this is apparently a quote from her, and I've seen this all over the internet. He says, Kaka never betrayed me. He treated me well. He gave me a wonderful family, but I was not happy. Something was missing. The problem was he was too perfect for me.
She needs therapy.
So, treated me well. This guy, I assume he was a soccer player. He's probably rich, successful. Gave her a wonderful family, but she was not happy. Something was missing. The problem was he was too perfect for me. So I want to get the panel's reactions on this. Do you think that, ending a marriage that especially involves children because she wasn't happy because he was too perfect, do you think that's good pretext for a divorce and the end of a breaking up of a family, ending of a relationship?
No, I just think people need to have their shit together or whatever before they step into a marriage, honestly. So I don't agree with where she's coming from for not being happy. Like, you can't just walk out after having kids.
If that's really what she said, I feel bad for the man.
I have to agree. I think she probably needed some therapy more so than just leaving the family.
Correct. I think people, both men and women, are too quick to decide that minor issues and not being being perfect is not a minor issue. It's not an issue at all. People are too quick to toss away the beautiful arrangement that God has made, which is man and wife and children and a nuclear family. So shame on her. If it's true, right? This is the media. We don't know what is and is not true, or what there is behind closed doors, or
Absolutely.
the truth.
But that quote sounds terrible.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's her quote. That was she could have made something up at least. Like,
for real.
Yeah, we could have validated, but no, leaving a man for being perfect is
bad,
disgusting.
Wrong.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. If that is what she really said, then I don't agree with it. Just because everybody goes through stuff and you can work through it. If it's a family that you're talking about at the same time, you should, think about your kids first and try to work on it.
I'm going to go a different route. I think it sounds like she's struggling with something. So I feel like, this is a big accusation, is she feeling like guilty for something that she did, and she feels bad because her husband is a great man and she doesn't want to pin him in a bad light. So she's like, I'm just going to dip out now, but he was a great guy.
No, I like that you brought that up, just because I feel like a lot of women feel like they have a really good man, but they are missing that spark. And it's unfortunate now that she has children and kids also, and that brings a whole different thing. But she should have probably figured that out before they got married, and she probably had something in her head that said, I should not marry him, but he's a great guy. He probably has a good job. He's probably showering her with all this attention, not talking to other people. And it's poor because he just picked the wrong woman at the end of the day. But there was probably signs somewhere in there between.
Yeah.
Can you move your mic to the corner, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrew, your reaction?
It's all but too common. So oftentimes we see this happen over and over and over again, where we'll see these women, especially with high-profile men, say this kind of stuff, right? Oh, I just don't like him anymore. Conveniently enough, they also happen to not like him and walk off with millions of dollars of his money. So it makes me think maybe there's an ulterior motive behind it, other than I just don't feel the spark. I mean, sure, he's rich and good and everything that I ever wanted, but walking away, I can basically now go hook up with whoever I want and have millions of dollars of his money. So
I don't know if you can
it seems
assume.
like a strong ulterior motive for it. Well, that's true. I can't state that emphatically, right? I don't have any evidence other than her saying, sure, he's the perfect man, now give me the millions, but
I mean, I'm sure the money doesn't hurt.
I'm
but
sure
I
it
don't
doesn't
think
hurt.
That's the reason she would have walked away from a whole family.
It could be.
I mean, if you had to guess, if somebody said, he's perfect in every way, I just adore him, but I'm going to leave him and take millions of dollars of his money.
I'm saying I agree.
Wouldn't
The
you
money
think?
doesn't hurt, but
Yeah.
I think the reason she doesn't want to stay is probably because she
wants
Needs
his fucking money.
therapy. well, no, she needs therapy. I don't think she's happy with.
Well, how's she gonna pay for
peacefulness.
it?
We're not sure if they don't. They might have a prenup. I feel like a lot of celebrities and high profiles have prenups put in place as well. So we
Some.
don't know what they end up
You
signing.
should if you're
Surprisingly
worried
far
so
fewer
much
than you
about
would
that.
think.
I think
But
if there's
even with
interest-
this
Surprisingly
prenup, I
far
think-
fewer
I
than
you
you
still
think
get
Then
have
that makes them
prenups.
dumb, right?
You do, but I mean, when you get
I
married,
don't disagree
you
with
are
that.
one
This is pretty
at the end
dumb.
of the day. So I think if anything, they should sign the prenup based off of whatever you make after when
Right.
you are together.
Keep in mind, you guys, she's
Absolutely.
probably not walking away from her family. More times than not,
Correct.
the women get the kids. So she's leaving her perfect husband, possibly penniless and childless, probably fighting for rights just to see his children. And the only thing she's saving him is not slandering
You guys are
him.
acting
He has
like
ha-
this is
she-
such an
he
easy
still has
decision
half
for
of
her to
his
make.
money.
It's still not an easy
Oh,
decision.
poor
for
He's
her
not
to make.
penniless.
No, I'm.
Poor,
she's
that poor
wrong.
girl.
She
She's-
is wrong.
I just
but
can't
it's-
believe it. I feel bad for her. It's terrible.
Okay, so she is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that she's not wrong, but
She
it's still
did
not
say
an
that.
easy decision for her to make. Like
Why
she's
not?
making it because she needs help. She doesn't realize that she's not happy with peacefulness and content.
Mm-hmm.
She needs some turbulence in order to feel like she matters or whatever.
Yeah,
the
so
heck.
she's a psycho.
So she needs
No,
some
she just has
therapy.
traumatic experiences, most
She needs
likely.
therapy. That's it. But I
Oh,
don't think she
man, she
made the
needs
decision.
therapy.
I don't think she made the decision
Cancel.
to leave her family because she was like, I want money. Let me just go get money.
Well, then
and
why,
ditch
you tell
my
me,
family."
why would you break up your family with your kids?
Because
hang on, with your kids, the kids being the primary thing here, walk away from the family, break it up, destroy the lives of the kids, and take the money.
Because in her mind, she's thinking, I'm not happy here.
Right.
This is going to be the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want that.
Oh, too bad
it's
for
not
her.
necessarily
What
about
about
the
duty?
money.
She's not saying
My
it's
point-
good. You're
yeah.
arguing with her when she's just giving another option of what
You're
could be
trying
going on.
to fight me on a point that I'm not fighting you
Yeah,
on.
but
I'm
what
not
about
saying
her
she's right.
duty?
What do
What do you
mean?
think her duty
I'm not
is?
I
saying
think
that
her
she-
duty, even if she's unhappy, he's not doing anything wrong. She made the vows to
I
have children
agree
together
with
to
you.
stay.
I agree with you, but I don't
Literally.
think she leaves only because of the money. I think she leaves because she needs therapy. The money is just a bonus.
You are
She leaves.
so obsessed
She's
with
not-
women
she is
taking your
not-
money.
She
Calm
is not
down.
saying
One
like
at a time.
She's not saying like, oh, I don't like him because he's so amazing, but the money was just really, really, really tempting, and I just like the money more than him. That's not what she's saying. She's saying he wasn't enough, despite
Mm-hmm.
him being perfect, because she's not enough and she needs help. The money was probably a bonus. It didn't hurt.
You both
Definitely
agree.
not.
You both agree that she should not have left. You're just
Yeah,
saying shame
but
on
I-
her, and she's saying
You're
she needs
saying
help.
she left for the money.
but
I'm
I
saying I
don't need the
disagree with
bridge.
that. Like,
I
we
just
can
want
move
to
on to
dive
the
into
next
this.
thing.
Why do we immediately assume that it's therapy and she's not just a selfish bitch?
I mean, that is. I mean,
Which you need
if you're-
therapy
Yeah,
for.
if you're a selfish bitch, you need therapy.
Why?
Because people can
That's how you
actually
fix
change.
yourself. What
How
do
do you
mean?
know that that's gonna
because
fix
you think a
anything?
selfish bitch is gonna sit down there and finally have some self-awareness to be like, you know what, I'm a selfish bitch. No, sometimes you need to go to a therapist and have a therapist be like, you're a selfish
Here's the
bitch.
thing that's funny.
You're
talking about
anti-therapiness?
Calm
What is
down.
wrong with
Why,
you?
Are you going to jump in every time I have a conversation with anybody?
I thought we were allowed to disagree.
Yeah, but can you calm down till we're done having at
Sure.
least our back and forth? Is that okay?
Sure.
Are you sure?
For you.
Okay, thank you. It's very kind of you.
You're so welcome.
So anyway, when you talk about therapy, a lot of times therapy will exacerbate situations like this. In
If you
fact,
have a bad
and I
therapist.
wouldn't surprise me if the reason she left is because she had a fucking therapist who said, "You got to do what's good for you, girl. You
You're
got to
making
do
a
what's
lot
good
of
for
assumptions
you."
here. Do you
So are
understand?
you. You're making a lot of
I'm not.
assumptions
Oh,
too
my-
about
the only
therapy.
thing I said is that she needs therapy because she left a
How do you know
perfectly
she's
happy
not in
marriage.
therapy and her therapist didn't tell her to do it? That's an
Therapist
assumption.
If she is, then her therapist is bad.
That's an assumption, though.
No, it's not. I said she
It
needs
is.
therapy. That is not an
Yeah,
assumption.
but if the therapist says to him, "Okay, you know what?
then
you
her
should do you."
therapist is a poor one. A therapist
Yeah,
is
but
still a
wait, who are you
human.
to qualify what's a poor, not a poor therapist?
There are a lot of bad therapists.
I feel like we're now arguing about the therapist, and the whole comment was about what she said, and regardless of why she said it, she's leaving her spouse, which is a horrible
She needs a
situation.
therapist. No, a good
He
therapist.
asked what our
No, a
take
better
was
therapist.
I
on
think
the
the problem
statement.
here is that you're just assuming that she left solely because of the money, which I think is like a really weird thing to think when people don't genuinely think like that, right? Maybe the money is like one factor, but they have a whole family. You think a woman's not going to think about the entire family?
That's exactly why I think she has an alternative motive. Because if you were actually thinking about your family, the last thing you would do is leave a man who you say is a perfect man and break up his family, break up your children's
Her
relationship with a
ulterior
father,
motive is
and take a
herself.
bunch of money, unless you didn't actually give a shit about that.
I completely agree with him. I just disagree with the way that he's saying it.
I don't.
The
my
tone.
God,
It's your
the
But I
tone. The
completely
tone.
agree with you.
I
The
disagree
reason
with
why
the fact
it's
that
so
the money is
frustrating to
the-
have
is the motive.
women inside of men's spaces immediately is because it's always tone policing bullshit.
And
right?
you agree
What
with
tone
him.
Who
100%,
cares about
that's
tone
crazy.
policing?
Why do you think tone
Why?
policing?
Who cares about tone policing?
Because it's about the approach on how you talk
no,
to
it's
someone.
not.
'cause
It's
it
about
almost
what's
shows
being
disrespect.
said, not how you interpret it.
That's
No,
not true.
I
No,
still
that's
disagree
not
with
true.
you.
Actually,
Yeah, that's just a
intention lies within your
It's just a bunch
tone.
of feminist bullshit.
And
I'm
but
not gonna
but
say-
on,
I'm
on
not
the
even-
plus
no, I'm not a
side,
feminist.
We care about things
Can we
differently.
Then why are you
And
tone
already know how
policing?
you
at a
do
time,
it.
one
not what
person
God
at a time,
means.
one
Why you
person
tell
at a time.
Why you come over and go, now, Johnny, it's about how... Fuck that. I'm going to say it exactly how it needs to be said.
Hold up. Go around the table. Raise your hand if you're a feminist, because I'm not.
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute.
Proud feminist.
Okay, so by us saying that we tend to want to agree with you, but if we could just deliver it in a way
If
that
we could
actually...
just get you to do it how we
Oh,
want.
I'm sorry, there's no interrupting, right? Remember, there's no interrupting?
If we're having a conversation with each
If you
other.
could say something and we can agree with you, but let's say it in a way that actually makes a difference, then you're, oh, tone police, tone police.
but
We're
I
not
disagree
tone
with
policing
him.
you. We're saying,
How
we
could
agree.
it not be
Your
a tone
delivery
police
matters.
if you literally are saying to me, I agree with what you say, I just don't agree with the tone in which you
That's
say
not how
it.
she said it. That's not how she
I said I
it.
agree with what you're saying. I don't like how
How it's being
you're
delivered.
delivering
Right.
it.
You don't like the tone. It's literally tone
What did you
policing.
say that was?
Nothing. She totally. They all agree with
Oh,
me.
it's
They
just-
don't.
disagree.
They don't like
No,
the
we
delivery.
don't fully
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
We didn't fully say that.
No, I just don't like the delivery.
Who
system.
You think women only
I
leave
didn't.
because of money?
This one and this one.
No. I think why would she leave because of money? If he really was perfect, she would stay because then she has the husband, the kids,
Yeah,
the house,
exactly.
and the money.
Exactly.
That's more of a win for her to
But
stay.
why do you think she's just leaving because of money?
So you don't agree
But that's
with
what
him
he's
then.
saying.
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
don't
no,
agree with him.
No,
then.
what he said, and tell me if I'm wrong. What he said was no
I agree.
woman should leave her children, a husband who's supposedly perfect, in any situation. I don't care if she needs therapy or not. She shouldn't be
That's
leaving.
not what
But
I
that's not what
said.
he said. He said
He is
it was
saying
only
the reason
it's
she left
yes.
is because of money.
No,
No,
I
he
said
didn't
that
say
the
that.
alternative motivation, if you're looking at the alternative motivation, if you're looking at the evidence that's in front of us, you literally agreed with me. If we say, she goes, well, the husband's perfect, everything is great, it's just that I just have to break up my whole family and walk away with millions of dollars of his money. You said, yeah, I could see that being
she
the
could keep
motivation as
retaining
well.
more
I
Hang
didn't-
on.
I didn't say
Then
that.
you moved
You
over
must
to.
have heard somebody
Then you moved
else
over
say
to
that.
she
No,
needs
he-
therapy.
assumptions.
My
I
counter to that
literally
was,
didn't say
well, maybe
that.
she's in therapy. Her therapist told her for all you know.
I did not say that.
You didn't. So it's not.
What
It
did
doesn't
you
sound
say
like a
then?
powerful motivator.
Money,
He's gonna put
no,
words
not
into
if
your
you're
mouth.
already with a person who's making you perfectly happy, like she just said, and already has all the money in the world. Why would you need to leave him and then take some of his money with
Because
you?
you want to go find yourself, girl.
That's not
Want
money.
to be a
though.
boss bitch.
That's what she thinks.
Right, yeah.
And that's why she needs therapy.
Yeah.
But that's not exactly. So you
If the
agree with me, it's
alternative
not the
was not
money.
for
He's
money,
very
then
judgmental. He's
it would be great
basically
if she just
God
left it
inside.
with him.
What do you mean?
Well, I have a feeling she's not going to
still
just
gonna
be like,
take-
well, I'm going to leave and not take any of the money.
She's gonna take the kids with her.
Maybe. Or maybe
So
they got
she
joint
shouldn't-
custody, but I guarantee he's going to be paying a lot of money.
So you don't think he should be paying any child support?
I think that if
Did she
you
cook,
go,
clean, rub his
I
back,
think
rub his
if you
feet
go
for a lot of
you
years, and
break
take
up-
care of the kids?
Oh my goodness! First of all,
That's a whole nother.
who gives a shit if she did? She's sitting at home on her pampered ass while her kids are at school getting taken care of by other people. Who gives a shit?
Pampered ass.
Yeah, pampered.
You don't know exactly what she's.
You don't
going
even know
through,
what
so-
women
Oh
actually
my
want
goodness!
in
I don't
love.
know what women go through.
That's not what
If
I
she's
said. You didn't even let me finish my sentence.
Go
You
ahead,
started
go
saying
ahead.
something.
Probably pampered.
No, that's
Hit me.
false.
No, that's what I thought. So anyway, back to where we're at.
The man's statement.
remember where
He's
we're
so
at.
ugly inside. What the fuck?
I honestly
Okay.
lost my train of thought.
Okay.
Andrew's trying to be a good sport here. You just, again, did an ad hominem.
Do you see every woman good sport? You
Okay,
should. You
hold
should.
on.
You don't
Hold
even know
on.
the definition.
Hold
of
on.
good sport.
What's the definition of good sport?
Oh my God, bro. I'm trying to bring things back to level, and then you just want to object to it immediately and then start attacking me, which is not going to be productive. So here's how this is going to go. I've been sitting here for the past 3 minutes. Andrew, I haven't heard anything particularly objectionable from Andrew. However, you came in and said, he's really something along the lines of, wow, he's really ugly on the inside. That's an ad hom, totally unproductive. That's why I'm checking you right now. Do you understand?
Sure.
Did you say that?
I said that.
So that would then invite Andrew to return fire with fire, which will
Okay.
just devolve again into insults and personal attacks. So you both need to refrain from the ad homs.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
You do realize that you're contributing to the very belligerent nature of this conversation, though.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need to make these little quips under your breath to her, or even directly to him, or to myself.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Okay.
Do you agree to cease with the ad homs and the personal attacks?
Yes.
Okay, everybody here, moving forward, can we agree we're going to cease with ad homs and personal attacks?
Yes.
Everyone agree, because I think, look,
Got it.
even if we disagree on shit, I think it's not going to be productive for the conversation. Can we all agree on that?
Does that include calling us dumb?
I just
all ad
agreed, yeah.
homs,
Okay.
all ad homs and personal attacks.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be
making sure so you
productive
don't
for
say
this
that again.
conversation. Yeah, we all agreed. All